Hi, and thanks for joining. It's Patty from pspapercrafts. Today is Friday, so I usually do a fun fold or a technique or something like that. But before we get into it, Happy New Year. It's 2025. I can't believe it. The year went by so quickly. New year, new month, new inspiration calendar. So this is the calendar I send to my email subscribers. If you're interested in getting this each month, you can just subscribe. There's a link below. And on Fridays, I usually do a fun fold or a technique or something like that. I do on Thursdays, color combos, and then Saturdays, a sketch card. So if you want to follow me, you can find those things on my blog or on my Facebook page. And then the rest of the month, I just have, different ideas you can play around with. We do have January 7th, the new mini, the celebration, and online exclusives all coming out. So lots of new product, free product for qualifying orders from Celebration. There's a new join promotion as well. So there's lots of things going on. I'll be sending more information about that. But this month, except for the last week, we're going to do a lot of pleated cards. So I found all different kinds of pleats. So today we're just going to make just a plain old pleated. I think people call it a full pleat. I've made these before. They're also called drapery cards or curtain cards. I've made it where the pleat kind of goes across here, so it's pleated here. So I thought this was pretty. Some people call it full pleat, some just pleated, and I got my idea and the instructions from Linda Baldwin. I found her video. I changed it up a little bit. I always do that, and I use different paper. So next week we'll do a box pleat, and then a cascading pleating, and then a simple pleated panel on a card, and then we're going to do a zigzag fun fold. So every Friday this month, stay tuned. Look for me on YouTube. It's not live, so if you're thinking I'm live here, it's I haven't done it live because I have a hard time with a specific time and date. So sometimes I do it ahead of time. I do a lot of babysitting for my grandkids, and I never know, when I'm needed. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get started with the card. The paper I used here, they have a new, 3 new papers that they're kind of remakes of older papers. So this is called Serene, what is it called? Serene Love, and it's the same patterns as our True Love, which I think was all black and white. So they just took the patterns and they changed the colors. So this is like Old Olive, and this is Lost Lagoon, and then I think this is Night of Navy. So it's just the same papers, but we just changed the colors. So it is a pretty color. I do like a black and white paper, but it's nice to have kind of these chromatic kind of looks. So that's the paper we're using. And again, this is a pleated card. The whole thing is Lost Lagoon that I used, and I will go through the steps on to make this, but with different paper. So there's a new, from the new catalog. So let me just show you. For this, I use the stamp set, the mixed labels. I'm So Glad We're Friends. And then You're Pretty Wonderful. I thought these were great for a close friend. And the mixed labels, this is in the new mini. And this is really great. It has some coordinating dies that go with the sentiment. So it's always good to have a nice sentiment. I use these iridescent faceted gems and just Lost Lagoon ink and cardstock. Very easy. So for this one, you're looking at this, I did not order the suite. This is a whole suite, and it's Friends of the Ocean. And I always like to buy the designer series paper. That's my favorite product of Stampin' Up. So even if I don't get the bundle or the full suite, I always get the paper. And I may get this. I'm trying to decide. It looks really cute, and there are dies that cut these out. I fussy cut one out because I'm going to use it on the card. And that's what I did with this flower. I fussy cut it from the paper. So we'll be using that, but there are dies that cut these out. But look at this paper. It's so pretty. You get 2 of each sheet. Isn't that cute? All the lobster and the fish and all these fun sea creatures. And then the backs. So there's pumpkin pie and calypso coral, Berry Burst, I think maybe Pool Party. And isn't that pretty? So in the suite, there's these, I believe, the Sunny Day gems. And then there's an embossing folder that's kind of waves like this. So that's fun. So this, we're going to decide whether I'm going to use this, which I think is really cool, or this, which I really think is cool. So we're going to use one of them. But isn't this paper just so fun and bright? And I'm thinking my grandkids. So let's get started. I think I'm going to use this one. So it's nice. So if I were to use this one, I would be cutting it along this because I like this to be in the back. So you can, and you could fold this different ways. I'm going to show you different ways, but see, there's this little tiny bit edges and then this. For this one, I'm going to use this one. The back, so you want to make sure the back will work for showing little bits. You could use ribbon up here if you didn't want to show this, and you could actually do this without showing any of the backing. So I'll show you that. So let's get this cut. I'm going to take out my trimmer, and we want to cut this 3 inches by 11. So we're going to go 3 inches, and this is a 12 by 12 sheet. So we're going to go 3 inches, and then we can either open up the arm and cut it to 11 or just cut an inch off. So we're going to open up the arm anyway, so let's do that. Let me put this up here because we have a lot of scoring, and all these pleat cards are going to be lots and lots of scoring. Let me make sure I'm in here. So we are going to cut this down at 11. So we'll have this little 1 by 3 piece. Not sure if I'll keep it. We'll decide. I'll put it aside for now. So now we want to do a lot of scoring. And the scoring is every 1 1/2 and 1 1/2, sorry, 1/2 and 1. And you'll see, you'll get the pattern as we go. So the first one is 1 1/2. So I'm going to go out to 1 1/2. Got something in the way back there, holding my paper in the wrong position. And you don't want to press too hard on this. I mean, you want it to be hard, but this, you know, the paper is a little bit thinner than cardstock. And then we're going to do 2. And then we're going to come out to 3. And then 3 1/2. So you're doing 1 inch and then 1/2 an inch. So 3 1/2. So the next one would be 1 inch bigger. So that's 4 1/2. And then 1/2 an inch. So that brings us to 5. And then we're going to out another inch. So 6. And now guess what the next one is? 6 1/2. And then 1 inch, so 7 1/2, 1/2 an inch, so we go to 8. And then we're going out 1 inch to 9. And I got a little friend here. I think that's the bottom of my scoring tool. And then 9 1/2. Okay, so then we're going to take this and use a pencil to mark it on this end and this end at 1 1/2. So kind of half of the 3. So we're going to go right and mark it in the middle. So I am going, let me close this down because we don't need that open anymore. Make sure I'm in view here. So at 1 1/2, I'm just going to put a little pencil mark up here, and we'll erase that later. And I'll do another one down here, right in that groove. Okay, and then we're going to come out to 5. So there should be a fold on 5, and we're going to mark it here and then we're coming out to 6, and we're going to mark it here. And these should be on score lines, okay? And then we're going to take it, and from this little marking that we made to where that 6 marking is, let me see if I see it. Yeah, there's the 6 and there's the 5. So to the 6 mark, so we're going to put that 1.5 mark all the way down to the 6 mark. And you want to make sure your pattern, if you have a pattern, is going the right way. You want the bottom to be this kind of angle. So then we're going to cut this, put this aside, and then do the same thing, only we're going to the 5-inch. So you'll see, so we want to get this little 1.5 mark to, can I see it? Yeah, to this 5. So just take your time and get it right. It's really, so this middle panel is going to have a flat bottom, is the idea behind what we're doing. Okay, so then we can put this away, I believe. So now we have the center is this piece right here. So let's just erase our marks. That's not a very good eraser. Let me get a better eraser. It's hard because it's right in the score line, and then right over here. Okay, so now we want to do our folding, and I'll show you a few different ways to fold this. So for now, I'm just going to fold on all the score lines, and I like to fold them in. And then, you know, we're going to do the mountain and valley folds, but I want to show you different ways to do it. I'm kind of going by feel more than by sight here. Okay. So let's just, now that I have them, and then we'll fold them back and forth and back and forth, but let's just get them burnished. Oh, there's one here that I missed. There's a lot of folds here, so just take your time with it. I think I missed another one. It's a very busy paper, so sometimes it's hard to see where the fold lines are. I feel like there's more fold lines than I expected. All right, we're getting there. So I like to start at the middle, and what you can do is you can go in and in and in. So this is one look. In. Come on. So this is one look that you can have. So you see there's nothing showing underneath. See these little background pieces? So this is one fold, and let me just put it on here. This is what we're going to put it on, but let's decide what fold we want. So all I did was fold in on the half and out and in. So you see how it is? And I think this is nice, but if you wanted to show the back, let's see. The other option is you can have it this way. I've seen cards like this. So let's do it with this pattern. So we're going to just fold it the other way. And again, just play with this until you get the look that you like. So I'm doing it from the back, but you'll see in the front, now you've got this little bit. This is what I liked. So, what am I doing? I'm lost here. Okay. Back. And that's not right. So let me do it this way. I think it's easier to do it from the back. So I'm doing the same thing that I did in the front. It's just now we're in the back. But if you flip it over, see, so now you have these pieces showing. And then what was the other way I did it? How I did it this way. I really played with it. So let's see. That's what I did. Nope, this is what I did. So I started in the middle and I folded this down, and then I folded this and this. I'm sorry, this is getting a little wild. So these, and then yes, this way. So this is the way I did this card. I hope you can see it. So you'll see this is down the middle, and then you've got these. So this is what I'm going to stick with. So we want to fold this over, and again, just play with it until you get it how you like it. So let me get my silicone mat. And what I'm going to do, you can glue all the insides together, but I don't think you really need to do that. As long as you have it really burnished well. I am going to take my, you can do tear and tape. I'm going to use my Seal Plus, and I'm just going to go across the top. I'm not going to do the whole thing. Just go through it a couple of times to make it nice and sticky on the top. Okay, and then we're going to put it down on this white paper. I have some hanging over the top, so I'm going to just push that down so it doesn't show. I went a little too high. It's kind of a lot to hold on to, but I think it's okay. So now I want this bottom piece in the center, and then we're just going to press this down. And you could really, it's nice that it flips up a little bit, to be honest. And then we're going to push this in the back and push this in the back. So now we have this pretty fan or pleat. It's like a fan fold, right? When you were a kid. So now I want to get the other side of this paper to go across. So I'm going to cut, when I watched Linda, she did 1 inch. I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch. So let me just pull this in. I thought that was sufficient. I thought the 1 inch was a bit much. So I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch. And you can do it this way too if you wanted that look. And then we're doing by a little bit, so we wanted to wrap it around. So this is 4 inches. Let's do 5 inches. I don't think I measured it when I did it on the other one. All right, so let's put this away again, and let's get some of this So we want to do it on this. Let's see how it looks. And you can come down, you can come up, you can go above. I kind of did it like this. So it's a little bit over the top, and then on the white piece. All right. And you can put this on with dimensionals if you want, or you can put dimensionals at the top part and then glue at the bottom part so it sits nicely. But I thought it worked. So I'm going to put it right here. And just wrap this now around the back. So the back looks a little messy, but that's okay. And then I chose the Berry Burst. I'm wondering if I should have done Calypso Coral or Pumpkin Pie, but let's see how this looks. And I thought I would do Happy Birthday or Make a Wish. So I'm going to use, trying to decide, I may get the Pumpkin Pie out. Make a Wish from the birthday celebration. Let me get the Pumpkin Pie and then we can decide which looks better. So I have a piece of Pumpkin Pie, a card base. So this is how it will look. I'm just thinking for this with the Berry Burst. And then this is how it will look with the Pumpkin Pie, which I think I like better. I'm going to go with the Pumpkin Pie. And do I have it on the right way? And then I will stamp the sentiment. Now this is a little dangerous. I probably should have stamped the sentiment before I put this on. If I make a mistake, I will just put a label on it because I'm going to stamp right on this and I don't want to put this all together again. So let's do the Make a Wish, and we're going to use Berry Burst. Make a Wish. Let's make sure it looks good before we, not so good. Okay, so let's give it a whirl and hope for the best. I think I need to re-ink it and I can't find my Berry Burst ink. So I'll have to order another one or keep looking. I have to see if it's in the wrong place maybe. So Make a Wish. And then we have this cute little crab. And then we'll put it on this or on this. I like this with this orange piece here. So we're going to go with this. So let's put this, and we could put it down with dimensionals, but I think I'll just put dimensionals on the crab. And I just fussy cut this from the paper. But again, if you did get the stamps that dies that go with the paper from the suite, there is and I'm going to just put it right down here, there is a die that cuts out that lobster and the crab. It's a fun set. Isn't that cute? And then let's put a dimensional on here, a couple of them maybe, just put 2 on. And put this right up there, and then we can do the inside. So I have an inside layer here, and we can use this. We can use this. Is this too cut off? I kind of like this. Yeah, let's go with this. I'm going to cut this down to, it's the 3/4, so I'll cut it down to 4. And then we can add this, but let's first put in the Happy Birthday. So again, in this set, they've got all kinds of, and the dies, I don't have the, oh, I do have the dies. This is what we're using for this month's January. I'm doing a retreat with Anne, actually February 1st, but I already sent out the email. We're going to be making 12 cards, 6 designs, 2 of each, and we're featuring this, and then there's the Wildflower birthday designer series paper. So we have some great cards. I had this out. So this one you can do, you know, happy 2nd birthday, or, you know, happy 90th birthday. So there's the numbers you can cut out, and then there's the, you know, the TH and the RD, happy for you, hooray, make a wish, happy cake day. So there's a lot you can do with it, and it has this nice pocket die. And then these little dies that will work with these, and a banner, and these tassels are very cute. So if you're interested in my card class, just let me know, and I can give you the registration link. It's on my Facebook page, and also I sent out an email to my email subscribers. So I'm going to put this on here, not attach it yet until I have my sentiment stamped. And I like to start with the big word, the bottom word, birthday first. So I want to just get an idea of where I want to stamp this. Oh, I love the font on this one. So birthday. Oh, that's crooked. Let's turn that over. I'm glad I didn't put that down yet. The paper. It's always better to, I think I just have it very crooked. Let me just see on this line. Okay. Wow, that is not good. I think I have it on here wrong. Let me clean it, take it off, and put it back again. Oh my goodness. I think that's throwing me off. It did good there. Let me get another one of these. So I'll use the bottom and the top. I mean, I'll use that for scrap for sure. Let me get another one. I usually have a ton of these cut, but I ran out of them. So that's on my list. I usually cut like a whole pack of paper. So let's take this off. And I'm going to put it on the line so it's straight. Let's see if I can do a better job with this. I don't know, there must be something wrong with me. I'm getting it real crooked. And this is the photopolymer. Oop, I want to come down a little bit, right? All right, that is good. And let's do the happy right above it. Okay, and let's put this on, close this up. I'm really loving this Seal Plus lately. It holds very tight, so I don't use it for everything, but it's just very easy. It has the breaks in the adhesive, so it breaks off very easily, but it's super strong. So I'm going to line this up, top corner, bottom corner. Okay. So let's add a little bit of these gems. So again, these are the Sunny Day Iridescent Dots. So we can do the pumpkin pie, or let's do the berry burst. So on this one, I just did them 3 down. I'm trying to think. They have the big ones and the little ones. Let's do a little and a big, and a little up here. All right, good enough. So let's put this aside, all this stuff we didn't use. These are the cards. And again, this is a full pleat or a pleated card. And fun birthday. So glad we're friends. You're pretty wonderful. So thanks again for joining me. And if you want to sign up for my email list, just click the link below. There's a project sheet with all the instructions on a link below. If you have any questions, always email. All right, thanks and have a great week. I'll see you next Friday.